Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yo prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios entera con libertad y justicia para todos.
I love science.
Well, what we're going to do now is get involved in an activity that sort of models for us how flooding occurs. And so what you should have right now is a paper towel. So I want everyone, like we're doing, put your paper. Oh, and we just had a flood on our table here, but we'll soak it up real quick. There we go. What I want you to do is to take out your paper towel, like we're doing, and you each should have a penny, so let's put that in front of everyone. Okay, so everyone has their paper towel and their penny, and any accidental flooding you may have, you can quickly wipe it up like we're doing. Okay. Now, you should have a dropper, or if you don't have a dropper, we were creative. What we decided to use were these straws inside of the water. And so all you need to do is just take your finger and hold the top and you get a dropper and the water can drop like that. But before you do it, watch me. What I like for you to do, put this to the side, is to imagine for a moment or think of this as a model for creating a flood, that the water in the straw really represents the waterfall that comes down and onto the land. And so see how much water you can just let drop on the land, which the penny represents, without creating a flood. How much can you do? And, uh-oh, there goes that flood. Think for a moment when you do this why there wasn't a flood, and as you keep adding the drops, then think for a moment why a flood does occur. And come up with any other questions as you create this model to see why floods happen and the effect floods can have on an area. Now look at that. So just do a little experimenting, see how much water you can put in the area without it creating a flood, and think about how that happens in the real world, and then add more water to create a flood and think about what consequences floods create. So are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, it's your time. Make a flood. Okay, welcome back, everyone. And we had a lot of fun creating these floods. Glad it's not the real thing, right? One of the things, now, Jaime, we were talking about, let's take a look over the overhead here. You were talking about the flood that you created was this penny. Now, what does it represent here? We said it represents, okay, or a riverbed, for instance. And what happens when people start to see this area, you know, fill up with water?
They get nervous.
Why do they get nervous?
Because they think something's very going to happen.
Well, they know that a flood's going to come. So when you kept adding water to this, now notice here how the flood spread all into this area. So let's say there were homes all over here. Then, of course, these homes would have been all covered with water. You know, what other questions and thoughts can you come up with as you work on or created your flood? If you want to share those ideas, now would be a good time to call in.
For lunch today, we have toasted cheese sandwich, toasted turkey ham and cheese sandwich, a Cobb chef salad, a Stacker box lunch, vegetarian baked beans, celery sticks, ranch dressing, fresh fruit, and a choice of milk.